Yeah.
I guess what? Let's go.
All right.
Now, come on,
Welcome.
started dancing, you dick.
Welcome into another edition of the Postgame
Yo, yo,
Show here
yo.
on Do Champions. I am one of your hosts, and like I said the last time, we will be rotating through us all, as we have some time to kind of go over the Bills game and stuff like that. So I am, like I said, one of your hosts, and to my right, left, whichever way he is on the screen is Student Body Right. And we're talking the Bills' big win here that they had, the fifth in a row here. Didn't feel like that great of a win. Now, did it? I mean, Josh Allen looked like poopy. The stats don't say that, but he had 280 yards. He was 22 of 37. He did have 2 interceptions in this game. One was a really nice play by Kenny Moore. But other than that, I mean, how are we feeling about this game here, Student?
I feel like I watched a couple games. I feel like I watched a real hot start. I feel like I watched a Colts team battle back. I feel like I saw what the fuck did you just spit out of your mouth? That was weird.
Piece of popcorn. Piece of popcorn.
Oh yeah, I did see a popcorn play out of the defense. It was kind of cool. I saw multiple. You got a big man interception. You got two picks out of the secondary. You got one from Taron Johnson and one from Taylor Rapp. Right?
Yep, and you had a fumble recovery by Alec Anderson.
Yep.
And
we're
DeMar
calling that
Hamlin.
recovery. We're calling that a ball retention, I think. I think we got.
Well, yeah, I mean, he recovered the fumble. He actually pulled it between Cam Lewis's legs to make sure
that's
that.
nasty. We'll talk about it. Let's get rolling, Maddie. What was your peak? What was your pit? Let's do it. Your peak for today that won the game. Let's go.
Man, after the first little bit, I thought it was going to be the safety room and DeMar Hamlin after he gave up that almost 84-yard run to Jonathan Taylor, and because he took a bad angle on that, and Quentin Nelson went outside. He didn't pay attention to where Quentin Nelson was blocking, and it looked like that wham for that the Ravens ran against us for the Derrick Henry touchdown. So with that, yeah.
That's the pick right there, right? You can see that, right?
That is the pick. Yes,
let's run through him right there. A great block by Rasul Douglas coming in. And obviously all the boys are in the end zone to feel happy about that. Here it is right here. He just breaks the ball. A little bit of a gift. He tried to use the float there, Matt, and he just did not put enough on it to get behind that nickel corner. Your thoughts on that play? Great return. It's an ice interception. We out. Everybody.
Yeah, it's almost like Taron Johnson baited him a little bit, right? He hit himself behind the receiver or the tight end and popped himself out at the last second as Joe Flacco was delivering the ball.
Sure did. Now a lot of people are going to have a little bit of a thing with the run that's going to come up from Jonathan Taylor. Now, from what I saw, it's going to be coming up in a little bit. I saw a corner giving a backer force call, and you're seeing that linebacker. Unfortunately, as we go through a commercial here, sponsored once again by Iliad Apollos. We are sponsored by Sons of Erie. We're sponsored by Beauty Pools, Kayak Pools, and I don't know what this is. But moving on, I see a backer force call coming. And you got another pick here, another big man pick. He's never had a pick in college, never had a pick in high school, yet he's got 2 in the 3 in the last week. What'd you think, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, Austin Johnson's doing a wonderful job, picking out those screen plays and taking.
You got a Super Bowl era, Bills 78, Bruce Smith there applauding the big man touchdown. Relentless run here, Matt, by Mr. James Cook, and this is all just in the first quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Truly, that's a rare one under center we see from Josh, checking down, nothing more to Kincaid. He ends up getting 13 yards on this one. That's just a relentless play, but I don't like at the end of there, you'll see the twisting and the turning of the ankles. I wish that went away.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way that they're allowing that type of stuff to go on. And the Colts defense, I really truly feel after watching Josh Allen get punched in the face about 3 different times.
Yeah.
I feel like they're a very dirty team. Sure. At least the defensive side of it.
And right there, Mr. Telebass. And this is where you're going to see a lot of people complain, and I'm going to be rewinding here really quick. We're going to do a little film room study here, Matt. That is a big buck run by Mr. Jonathan Taylor out of where? Wisconsin. Yep. Running it back here, Matt. This is what I see, okay? We're going to pause it right here, okay? Right there, okay? I see a backer force call, and I see a linebacker getting caught inside. You have nobody with outside contain, right? So he's supposed to be going inside. He all of a sudden has to bounce out. And when you honestly think this is a systematic call, wanting it back right here, okay? Hang on. Let me pause it for your pre-snap, okay? We'll go over this really quick. Right there. I think he's giving him a backer force call, okay? A backer force call, meaning that you are to turn everything outside. You can't have a cloud force call there, Matt. Why? He's too far off the line of scrimmage.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. So
wouldn't that say to you, because you got the safety right there, that means if that's a backer force call, he right there has to go inside everything. And I believe that's Taron Johnson. He has to set the outside force, especially when they're in. It also looks like we are going to be probably maybe in a light cover one under, because you have Taron Johnson lining up outside that tight end, and you have Mr. Terrell Bernard right there one-on-one with the safety or with the running back, okay? You do not see backer force here, okay? Can you see my mouse, Matt?
Yeah.
You see a guy here dip inside, but that really shouldn't matter, right? Because you have this guy one-on-one in cover one on the running back. Here's what happens. Here's crucial. He gets caught on inside leverage, even though he should be playing outside leverage, because he is in what I believe is cover one, or at least a man under scheme. I don't know. Haven't played in a while. Here we go. What happens? Oh, shit. Gets swallowed up inside. He's supposed to be inside everything. This isn't a bad angle to me, Matt. This is shit.
I think
I'm
is
supposed to be inside too. You are, but he's supposed to be inside everything. If we're playing that this is backer force, right? Right? If this is backer force, hang on. If this is backer force, that means he has to bounce everything inside. That means his alley is much tighter, okay? Right. Knowing that, but he should have to, right? His alley can be much tighter. Now, when this guy says, oh, shit, he's getting washed in, and he has to play outside. I mean, here's big Quentin Nelson coming around. Boom. Oh, shit. That's a skinny alley. That's not bad. Until he gets washed inside right there. We'll move on. That was my only play for there, Matt. We'll move on. It's a big run for them. Happy days. They start getting here, and that should have been a pick.
Yeah,
should have been a pick. At the play right there with Christian Bedford, Bernard, and everybody on the team. We got a score of 10-3. You want to go through this whole thing, Matt, or now?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you want to go through this whole thing?
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep going.
Okay, cool. That's just a great completion right there. Curtis Samuel got some touches today, Matt. What'd you think? Everybody eats.
I do think I enjoyed seeing Curtis Samuel play today, seeing that he's healthy now, minus the pectoral injury, but the shoulder strap keeps him, kind of square. So he's able to play with that injury.
You're gonna see a big one out of here. You didn't like the overthrow here, but what did we say before pregame on Friday's show? What I wanted to see out of DK and DK. I wanted to see them be interchangeable, but also be absolutely, completely or diametrically disposed, or dipose. Diametrically opposed. Sorry, diametrically opposed roles. You saw a little bit of wide out of Dalton Kincaid. You saw a little down the line out of Dalton Kincaid. You saw big blocking schemes. You saw Q Morris get in for a ton of plays, and you saw a ton of Alec Anderson being like an extension as a tight end. So it sounds like we got something right finally.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like that, and I'd like to see a lot more of this stuff being used when you have Coleman come back, when you have Cooper come back.
Sure.
Because Curtis Samuel has now proven that he can catch the ball past 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Whoa. To be clear, he proved that long before he got to Buffalo.
I know, but he's
proving. You're right. He's proving synergy with Josh Allen, which is something that we desperately needed after such a lackluster start to the season. I mean, hey man, we're what 9 weeks in?
10 weeks. Yep, this is week 10.
Week 10. So we Bills 8-10, 8-2. Haven't been that since what 1993.
91, I think it was.
Whatever it was, it's been over 30 years, and it's a good feeling. They get one back there, and then as we go into halftime here, we're still pressing. Very good. And we'll take this as a halftime report. Unfortunately, Josh gets an uncharacteristic this season 2 takeaways, two interceptions at the hands of Josh. How'd you get away from that, man? What'd you take away from that?
He didn't take care of the ball very, very well today. I mean, yes, he got bumped off his spot, messed up his mechanics a little bit, but at the same time, I don't know what to say about that, because sometimes we saw Sugar High Josh today almost, because
Do you think so?
I do, because I think he kind of had to be sped up because he doesn't have his normal arsenal of weapons.
Okay, you think you got a little feet happy or trigger happy? You think it was feet happy? Do you think it was more design runs? Do you think it was trigger happy? He was forcing balls, or do you think it was? We don't see a lot of that Midwest AFC kind of playing with a lead throughout, but not always comfortable.
Yeah, and I think you saw it because he was a little bit more pressured today to have the game more on his shoulders. Not that he doesn't enjoy having the game on his shoulders, but when it comes down to it, he didn't have his normal plethora of weapons. Your Amari Coopers, your Keon Coleman's. He lost Dalton Kincaid a little bit, halfway through the game. After the overthrow, they lost Dalton Kincaid for the rest of the game. He came back for 2 plays after halftime, but he couldn't continue going.
Right. Well, it was encouraging. You probably got a lower ankle sprain or higher ankle sprain. Sorry, that's a knee. Spencer Brown's the lower ankle.
Knee. Yeah.
Yeah. Spencer Brown's the lower ankle. A massive concern. Him coming back and trying it is encouraging. That it's not going to be not a season ender or a massive run up to this Chief game we got coming up. Not to cut this short. Your pit sounds like it was Josh's happy feet and feeling like he had to do much. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yep, 100%. That is definitely my pit. And like I said, it kind of goes along with what I said on Friday. Is the wide receiver room had to be the peak. They couldn't be the pit. And they did. Mac Hollins stepped up. Curtis Samuel stepped up. So they definitely did a great job of getting open for Josh Allen when they needed to. But also I think Josh was seeing a little bit more. He was sped up a little bit more today because I think he was more worried about whether the guys were going to be in the right position. I don't want to say he didn't trust it, but I feel like in his mind he didn't trust it.
Okay, I'll back that. Do you want to take a few phone calls and open up the call line?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, I'll open up the call line right now. Once again, you're at the Postgame show for Dude Champions. We'll take a little break briefly as I set up the in-game calling. All right, Maddie, we're back.
All right, and welcome back to everybody again. You know, we are sponsored by here, Illit Apollo's Restaurant, 3785 South Park Avenue, Blaisdell, New York, 14219. Beauty Pools, Hamburg Brewing, Kayak Pools, Sons of Erie, W.GG, the official energy drink of Dew Champions. Sons of Erie, and was I
remember?
Am I forgetting anybody? I don't want to forget anybody. Fubo TV.
Fubo TV, yeah. So once again, call in 716-393-5856. Once again, calling it back 716-393-5856. Okay. Now, my peak, Matthew. I don't know what the fuck's going on behind me, but let me turn that off. There we go. That's less annoying. My peak, Alec Anderson. End scene. You?
I mean, that's who you talked to on Friday, right?
Yeah.
He brought the nasty as usual. They didn't use him as much on offense, but on special teams, he made sure that he recovered that fumble. And you know, they didn't get a drive starter at the 22-yard line after.
Hey, yo, when Alec Anderson's in the game, homie, good things happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just love his energy, man. You know what I really kind of was thinking. I honestly was thinking when Spencer Brown went out, I was like, who are you bringing in there? Mm-hmm. Did that get your ticker going? They did end up bringing in Ryan Vandermark, which eventually he got torched on his first one, but here, let me say that. Let me get that going. He did get torched right away. Josh ended up making that a positive yardage scheme, but I thought maybe Alec would get a shot there again, just because vibes has been so high with him in the game. Your thoughts, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that, but I think that they trust Vandermark more on the outside than they do Alec Anderson. Just in case somebody were to get hurt inside. And that's not anything against Alec, because he can play all five positions. But I think that they were, if they have to put Alec Anderson in, I mean, and I know they could, flip him inside or whatever if somebody were to get hurt. But at the same time, Ryan Vandermark, they may trust him more on that side than they do, Alec Anderson.
Sure. I mean, Ryan did play on the right side in college. He did, and Alec was a left side guy his entire UCLA career. Interesting. Anything interesting come out of that? I thought Dorian Williams played okay.
Dorian Williams played well.
Bernard was Bernard. He was dynamic when he had to be. He was pretty, no massive issues. I thought out of there. Yay, Jordan Phillips is back.
Yeah,
it was serviceable. It was serviceable.
He was. Quentin Jefferson got that sack on that fourth down to stop that drive. That was huge. That was a coverage sack, but that was also huge. But
Jordan Phillips back. Where's 71? Was he wearing 71?
He was.
What was this with that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
What did he wear last time?
90.
90? No. Was that Shaq? I thought it was Shaq. Nah, whatever.
No.
But yeah, it was a little weird seeing that New Jersey. I mean, with Klein, we knew it, and we knew it was going to be, week to week what number he was wearing. But it was cool seeing Quentin Jefferson. Taylor Rapp, you notice he's wearing a Guardian cap. First one I've seen on the Bills.
He's been wearing it since he came back from his concussion.
I wonder if that's going to be. Okay, I'm wondering if that's that's like a mandate, some type of mandate policy, but you don't see Tua wearing one.
No, it's not. He decided to wear it.
Sure. Okay, so I mean, it's possible you're going to see. I think you'll see one on every team, at least one guy wearing one on every team this year, that just shows the progressiveness of the game. While they're an aesthetic fucking nightmare. They don't look that bad, right?
No, No, they're not that bad because they allow them to go the same color. They have the logo on them. It does, it doesn't. I always thought it would take away a little bit from the game, but not necessarily the game, but like watching it, on TV. And I thought that it might take a little bit away from it, but it doesn't. It really truly doesn't. It is funny seeing it, but it's almost like watching Mark Kelso out there, right?
Stop! It's nothing like watching Mark Kelso.
Well, no, with
psychopath.
With the double, the bubble, the double helmet. That's
the
all
double
I was
bubble.
About. Yeah.
Exactly. So we'll wait in a couple minutes. Anybody wants to call? We missed a phone call. That's okay. I'm not calling people back. So we missed a phone call here. If you guys want to call in, 716-393-5856. Once again, if you're listening out there, 716-393-5856. Matt, I gotta ask you, Chiefs Week. What are you doing for it?
Probably gonna end up being at the Apollo's restaurant at 4:25.
But where will we be before that weekend?
We are going to the Mafia House for the toy drive for Poncho's Army.
Yeah, we were going to talk about that recently. Be Cool Fool invited us out. It is a tour drive supported by the Ronald McDonald's House. Be Cool Fool. If you guys want to get out there this weekend, they're out there on the 15th, 16th, and 17th, right at the Bills Mafia House. They rented it out. We'll be broadcasting live. Come say what up, do Champions Network. We're going to have some good stuff cooking up. Trying to get Aaron Williams in town this week. Aaron, book your flight if you're watching. Please don't make me fucking call you again. Okay, there's another podcast. I'll put it up on the whiteboard. 0 days since student dropped one of his podcasting friends as an NFL athlete. Sorry about that, Matt. I'll apologize to you every time. But Aaron, no, seriously, book your flight. So we're gonna try and get it out there to you. If you guys see us, say what up. You guys been doing a real weird job of that in public, by the way. This morning, Matt, I don't know if I told you. No. I'm at my local grocer. I swear to God, this is a true story. I'm at my local grocer, and I don't get hit with it too good to be seen, but I was like, hey, government name, what's up? I listen to your podcast. I'm like, nice, man. I'm getting cereal, dude. I'm not podcasting right now, but y'all, appreciate you, dog.
Man, what is it with you and grocery stores? And shout out to,
I don't know.
Shout out to AJ.
AJ Sabalski will say it. Before I ever put my face on camera, I was talking to a female that I slept over that night or something. I don't know. Well, we'll just call it like that, I guess, at this point. And I'm looking at pickles and I'm trying to explain to them why Clausen's are the best, because they're refrigerated pickle, the way they ship them on cold trucks and stuff like that. And I got a young AJ Sabalski go up to me and go, yo, student? And he just knew me from my voice in Spaces. So that was weird. But yeah, I got another one in the grocery store this morning. So thank you guys all for listening. And we got Third Mandeville podcast. We got Allie Brady, no relation to Student Body, starting this week on their Analytics for the Nerds Fantasy Football podcast. We got Jesse with No One to Blame. We got Jake with the Buffalo Blueprint on Saturday mornings. We got Matt Digert, where he's talking hockey on the Hockey Line with Beyond 716 and some Kevin. We have the Coast to Coast Webs podcast. That's going to be on Wednesdays with Mr. Beyond 716 and Whittle 2K. And can we just do it real quick? Matt, with me, real quick.
What's that?
Curtains.
Yeah. And then on Monday,
that's probably curtains. And on Mondays, we got the Post Podium podcast with Aramis and crew. So, full roster. Sort of looking forward to a bye, but we got to get through Kansas City first, man. Should we save the peek and the peep for Friday, or are we good here? I keep
let's save that for Friday night. We'll talk about that on Friday night, the peek in the pit. But what are your final takeaways from this game? And we can preview a little bit of the Kansas City game. Take 5 minutes and preview that, and then can get out of here.
Yeah, no problem, man. My final takeaway is this game, AFC game, a team that used to be in the AFC East. We're talking, 15 years ago, right, Matt? When back when conferences had five teams.
1999, 2000. 2000 was the last time.
2000. So we're talking about 25 years ago. Yeah. A team that knows us well. A team that's very ingratiated. Both with the Polian family. Polian is unceremonious exit from the Buffalo Bills. He ends up going to Indy. Restarting that up. Historic franchise that is kind of in an identity phase right now. with the rookie quarterback and the savvy veteran, that's kind of like what we were dealing with a little bit, but not. You had your Tyrod. Is we ready for Josh? Are we getting rid of Tyrod? All that other stuff. A lot of parallels. I see a lot. Our friend, Mr. Frank Reich, just came from there. So it's almost like the new coaching, the new coaching build up like we had with Sean McDermott. Get in and get out, in and out, baby. They'll be contending. They have Jonathan Taylor, much like we had Shady. When we were still building. Will he be there for the good stuff? I don't know. But get in and get out. Get the fuck in, get the fuck out. And that's kind of what we did. The game always felt manageable, right? Always felt manageable. Even when they're battling back with, and they got a few takeaways, and we didn't really convert the way we should have, taken 3 when we should have got 7. It always felt like it was right in front of us, right? And just like the way we play defense, every play seemed to get was in front of us for the taking, Matt. Even that Jonathan Taylor long run, that was in front of us. And we did. There's no bend, no break. They chopped up the field the way they wanted to. So if anybody says bend, no break, shut the fuck up. Anybody who blames Corley, DeMar Hamlin on that alley thing, including anybody from Built in Buffalo, you're dumb. The way I see it, I saw some of the tweets. Wasn't even worth replying. Just don't. I'll say it. Don't know ball. That's the way I see it. But be kind. Just be kind, because, you have a blessed team. Enjoy the ride. Don't try to do more than you know. And I think that applies for us in that space, and applies to guys on the field, right? You don't see anybody extending themselves too ostentatiously, right? You saw Josh. You complained a little bit about it, but get in, get out. Don't do too much. Your thoughts?
No, I completely agree. And,
with all of it? I said so much.
You did, and I'm trying to touch on it, but you keep interrupting me. No,
we're not even drinking.
but to touch on your last point with Josh, yes, I complained about it, but he's got to protect the ball. That's the main thing, and he's done it every single week because you didn't see the boneheaded interception, right? You saw the one off of Keon Coleman's hands. Okay, whatever. You saw the one against. I'm trying to think who it was. I don't remember, but the one that everybody's like, "Oh,
that's a good thing. It's a good thing."
Exactly. Short memory on interception.
Yeah, you nailed it like a goldfish.
But as far as that goes, that's something that has to be within Josh to be, kind of step back a little bit and be like, look at. Like you always say, talk to yourself 6 inches in front of the mirror. These things have to be, taken care of. Yes, I don't have my top weapons, but I still have a plethora of weapons that can get open, and if by some chance that they're not getting open, there's a James Cook open for a 6-yard gain. There's a Dalton Kincaid or a Dawson Knox open for a 3-yard gain. Or I can just get out of the pocket and throw it away, or I can use my legs and pick up.
I didn't. That's the one thing though, Matt. There's not too many throwaway balls I saw. Out of the pocket throwaways, I did not see too many. I actually saw some. We'll take a 3 on a check down.
Right.
Can you? I'm going back in my mind. I remember 2 balls that just threw away. You?
Yeah, I think 2 or 3. But more.
Right, It seemed like we had some concerted routes that there was some planning that if those aren't there, like that late release Dawson Kincaid, he goes for Dalton Kincaid, he ends up going for 13. That's just a check down. That's great. You don't price in check downs are going to go for 13, but even if that goes for 3, live to see another day, right?
Right.
I thought it was great. I really did.
And the other thing I want to touch on too is wide receiver screen game is just amazing this year. It's literally the cherry on top of this year so far.
It's so cherry. Running back screen game, even when they were blitzing, not good.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, they're bringing like a dog blitz. And that should have been, as Whittle says. Go ahead.
Curtains.
Should have been curtains. Can't even execute it. We come back 2 plays later. Want a wide out tunnel screen. Yeah, oh baby.
And he leads the NFL in yards after catch.
Yak.
So
Yak and the Yak. What is that again? I forgot.
I don't know what Yak is.
Just kidding. Anyway, preview the Chiefs game real quick. Patrick Mahomes and co. saved their perfect season with a blocked field goal at the end of the 4th.
I've never seen linemen get run over the way that they did to allow the Chiefs to block that. I saw more linemen on their backs on that final play than I've ever seen watching football.
And you can't blame it. You can't blame it on like snap count or anything like that, or like because it was an away game for Denver. Hey, sweetie, that's a look through the legs from the long snapper. Even though it's a short snap, that's a look through the legs. He'll give the holder will give the right. The holder will give the. Let me get back. The holder will give the, and then it's snap at will. Right? Yep. And all they got to do is punch down. All you got to do is punch down. You can see it here. Ready? All you got to do is you got to just go. You just got to punch down. You just got to punch down. That's all you got to do. They got their shit rocked. It was tough. Yeah. So anyway, and wrapping that up, what do you want to preview for the Chiefs game? And then we'll get the fuck out of here. Once again, if you guys want to call in, 716-393-5856. Once again, 716-393-5856. Two champion post-game show with Matt Daggert and Stuart Body Right.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, there's really not much to preview on other than, the last 3 times the Bills have played the Kansas City in the offseason, in the regular season. They have won, those games. Other than that, there's really not much to preview. Josh needs to make sure this is like the biggest game of the year up until the next week after the bye when they play the 49ers. What do you got for the Chiefs game?
That's about it. Just come in. You want them undefeated. You want it. It's not going to probably be the last time you see them.
No,
right?
No, definitely going to see them. Most likely going to see them.
Shitting ourselves in the playoffs, and we've done a great job of taking care of them in the regular season. So once again, Matt, okay, back real quick, we've done a great job in the regular season. Let's just keep the regular season going, and we'll work off the playoffs because this isn't going to be the last time you see him. You are listening to the Two Champions Network. We're sponsored by Sons of Erie. We're sponsored by Beauty Pools. We're sponsored by Kayak Pools. We're sponsored by Fubo TV, Iliot Apollo's Restaurant, Fat Boy Surf Club, WGG, AG Landscaping, Hamburg Brewing, Mackenzie Tree Farm, Your Sister's Ass, the fucking Coin Toss, and hey, salute to service. Salute to you, Matt. Have a good week. Good to be seen.
Good to be seen.
Yeah. How's that?